Welcome to Real Estate Made Easy. This is your host, Christopher Aitman, a real estate extraordinaire, your favorite real estate agent. How y'all doing? Hope everything is going well. On this call, it was a little different. I called a Fsbo and I was trying to go with different approaches. And on this particular call, it was a call with the real estate investor who actually was selling this property but also had more property. So just because you don't get the listing with that one property doesn't mean stop there. You never know what else they have and what other relationship you can build. So I want y'all to tune in. Let me know y'all feedback. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on the video below. And I got plenty more where this came from.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, pretty good.
Awesome. Hey, this is Chris Aitman. I'm a local realtor with the Housing
Yes.
Mentors. I was calling about the property you got for sale in Broadway, 202 Forest Ave.
Yeah.
All right. Can you tell me a little bit about the property?
Yeah, so I mean it's more for an investor from an investor perspective, right? So not it needs some rehabbing definitely. It's got some work that needs to be done to it. So I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know if you have just folks that are looking for on market properties that are, turnkey. This is definitely not the property. It needs someone who's going to put some TLC into it.
Right. Some elbow grease.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And after, do got an idea on the after repair value on that property?
Yeah, I mean, based on the comps that I looked at, and there's a couple of them, and I'm happy to shoot you a text message about it. I'm looking at roughly 230 based on 150 price per square foot.
Right.
Um, Based on those two comps, and honestly, the house next door, I would still consider it a comp, but it was some time ago, so it sold at the end of 2020.
Right.
For just under 200,000. It's valued somewhere around 260 plus right now, and it's a little bit less square footage than the property we have. So that's what I'm looking at. Anywhere between, depending, obviously it depends on the finishings that you're going to put into it from a rehab perspective, but anywhere from 220 up to 250 is kind of what I would target from an ARV perspective.
Okay.
And I think it needs. I walked it with my contractor because we were going to rehab it, to be honest, ourselves, and I've had him on other projects. But this one's kind of been lingering, and I more transparency. I had it under contract twice, but it was with wholesalers, and they ended up not being able to find a buyer. So in any case, I walked with my contractor, and he said it's going to be about $60,000 to rehab it. The roof is about, I don't know the age of anything definitively, other than the HVAC is original to the home. And the roof, I would estimate somewhere between 5 and 7 years old. It's in good shape.
Okay.
So everything is okay. It needs a full rehab. I mean, it needs, really from drywalling, repainting, new cabinets in the kitchen, new bathroom vanity, and flooring is what needs to be done.
Okay. It's just pretty much updates, cosmetic work.
Yeah. I mean, and listen, I'm not going to, try to pull one over on anybody. It's more than just.
Hey, hold on. You don't got to disclose nothing to me. Protect yourself. You don't got to disclose anything that, that a buyer got to find out through inspection, So, I mean, I understand where you're coming from.
No. I'm saying I just don't want anyone to go into it thinking that, like, hey, I just got to repaint. Right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to have to do some drywall work and that's that sort of thing. There's nothing that like, that there's like structurally wrong or there's no roof leaks or anything like that. Like I said, like the roof's fine. So there's nothing wrong with the place. It's just it needs a good amount of rehab. I just didn't want you to think that it was kind of like a light cosmetic rehab for 25 to 30 grand. It's not that.
All right. Hey, no, I appreciate that. Are you have any wiggle room on that asking price?
I do.
You do? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, awesome. What's what is like your bottom line on this property? Like the lowest you willing to accept? Even after the fees and stuff is taken out.
So I'm willing to go down pretty steep at this point, just because I'm holding it, and at this point, I'm making a decision. Like, if you can find a buyer who's willing to, make a purchase here in the next couple weeks, then next 2 to 3 weeks, I'd be willing to go down pretty substantially down to, say, like 115. I think I've got a list at 135, right?
Okay.
Because if I can't get that, then at the end of the day, I think I'm probably just going to restructure the loan that I have on it and just rehab it myself.
So do you want to? You said you want to put the price down to 115, or you want to net 115?
So I'd like to net 115, but hey, at this point, if we want to do a sales price at 115, I'd be okay with that, right? I mean, I guess what you're talking about is you're saying, from an agent fee perspective to you, and then other kind of closing costs, right? You're trying to net that out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'd be fine at 115 and netting that out.
Okay, 115. I honestly, I've just been doing some background research, and I honestly feel like we can accomplish your goal even if you want to like kick your feet up a little bit and list it. I think we can still net you that 115. Definitely, even after commission and any closing costs, I think we can get you very close or above that 115 mark.
Well, are you saying that just based on research, or do you have buyers that you know of that would be willing to make an offer?
Oh, that's my job. I get buyers as far as marketing the home and attracting the buyers. We use like several different methods. Not only we put it on the MLS and it's syndicated to the other MLS sites, we have a really, really strong social media presence. We in over 150 buy, sell, and trade groups. So not only do I list your property on there, I list it on the buy, sell, and trade groups, on my personal page, on my business page, and then I got an investors list that I call and send emails out to. So the average time as far as investment properties is concerned, that's the reason why I called you, because it was an investment property, is I can get it on a contract in under 15 days, like tops, to be honest with you. Especially at the price. I mean, you're reasonable. It's not like you're trying to sell it for 210 or nothing like that. You're reasonable, you're flexible, and I mean, for the price point that you're looking to get, I know I can get that for you in under 15 days.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you this. I'm not willing to sign anything right now
Okay.
to like take it off the market, right? I'm just being upfront with you. If you can kind of put it out there, right? If you think you have some buyers that may be willing, and you get a real interested party, then I'd say let's kind of move on it at that point.
Okay. So so you said as far as listing, you're not really looking to list right now because of what reason exactly?
Well, I've got to just put out there on Zillow right now, right? Just to see what kind of interest I could chum up with that. But like I said, I'm not going to go through a process right now just because I've had it for a few months. Mm-hmm. I'm not really wanting to go through the process of listing and signing with somebody and taking it off the market. I'm giving it another couple of weeks to see if I can get as much interest as possible with everybody, and then go from there. And then if I don't get an actual solid buyer, and I mean like a real actual solid buyer with proof of funds, that kind of stuff, then I'm just going to take it down and rehab it myself.
Are you currently living in a property?
No. I'm not.
So
It's vacant.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I understand completely where you're coming from, but I definitely know for a fact I can net you the same amount of money and save you time as far as showings and everything. And I mean, we can get this sold in like 2 weeks, like literally. Like, I'm just being honest with you. If you want to meet, we can meet up and I can, give you a formal presentation, look at the property, and we can go from there. I mean, no obligation. I mean, I don't want to force you to list with me or anything like that, but I really feel that we can help you financially and time-wise.
I appreciate it. I mean, I guess my question to you is what do you need from me, man? I guess if you, like, I'm giving you the thumbs up to say, hey, go and put it out and reach out to your investor groups. Like, I'm totally cool with you doing that. And then if you get someone who's really interested and then you think you can kind of close it on it, then, I mean, then we can work on pricing and if we're trying to think of like from a wholesaling perspective to get you a cut from doing that, right? Instead of maybe from a sales agent perspective, then we can work out some kind of pricing that way too.
I mean, I'm definitely open to that. If you want me to wholesale the deal, I can wholesale the deal as well. Yeah, definitely. Like, you name me, like you said, your bottom line is this, and I sell it for that, and whatever difference, I keep the difference as far as an assignment fee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can definitely work that out.
Okay.
So when will you be able to meet, or do you want to meet at the property? Do you want to go to a formal place?
So I'm leaving to go to town actually tomorrow morning. So I'm not gonna be back until next week. Wednesdays and Fridays are honestly best for me.
Okay.
But I guess the question is for you. And listen, I think you probably caught me at a time where I've already kind of been through this with some other folks.
I already know.
It's not you at all. Like I'm trying to put my resources, my time towards resources that are going to work and be helpful, right? So like if we don't have to meet, not that I don't want to meet you.
Yeah, we don't have to meet. We really don't have to meet for me to get the job done. I mean, a lot of people want to meet, but we can definitely get the job done without meeting. Do you have a lockbox on the property?
So I have a lockbox. I actually picked it up because funny story is I went down there to actually grab a due diligence from a guy who didn't find a buyer, and I couldn't, for the life of me, I was in a rush and I couldn't get the lockbox open, so I just grabbed it and then I put it in my car, and then I opened it up later. It was just jammed or something. So I have it with me. I'll throw it back on there. It's probably not going to be until Sunday evening, just because I'm heading out tomorrow. I can try to maybe tomorrow morning put it out there. I could shoot you a message to see if I can. If you think it would be advantageous for me to put a lockbox out there tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, I mean, definitely. Like I can get the. I'm gonna send you my proposal. Maybe via email. What's the best email address for you?
It's CKD. D is in David.
Mm-hmm.
So CKD, and then it's investments plural. At yahoo.com.
At yahoo.com. And what's your name?
My name is Chris.
My name's Chris too, so I can definitely remember that.
Nice.
Christopher or Christian?
It's Christopher.
Oh, look, we named twins, definitely. All right, Chris. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna send you a formal proposal on what I'm offering, what I can offer you. You think about it, and then Wednesday, I'm gonna give you a call in the morning time, just to follow up with you. And if you want to, this is my personal number. We can correspond through here if you have any questions. But I'm ready to get to work for you, and I know we can get this sold and off your hands like tomorrow.
All right, cool, man. That sounds good.
All right, Chris, man. You have a blessed evening, okay?
You do the same. Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.